Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. Well, today Bitcoin and altcoins rally, so people are feeling pretty good. I am too. So let's discuss what's going on with the market, and of course, I have some huge events, big interviews that's coming to this channel. I want to share, and give you guys an idea of my future with this channel, how I want to expand, and I think a lot of you guys will love this new direction. So, thanks for tuning in. As always, smash with a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. 2 streams every day, 11 a.m., 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And make sure you hit that notification bell, subscribe if you're new, and follow me on Twitter, especially on Twitter now. My Twitter account is blowing up with you subscribers, followers, and I definitely need it. The bigger the community, the better, and it's definitely been helping me recently, and I'm going to explain why. All right, guys, let's do this. Let me change my screen, and boom. All right, so Bitcoin, let's start with Bitcoin. 85,000, no, but soon it will get there. Right now it's 58,900, coming up to 59,000. Bitcoin is definitely holding strong, and it just looks like it's itching to go up. So that's what Bitcoin is looking like right now. Things are pretty steady and calm, which is fine. And then you look at altcoins, you know, they're doing pretty good too. Yesterday night, I talked about Cardano, right? Important lesson for noobs trying to FOMO in on top. Not a good way to start. But you know what? Even though this shows 24 hours, Cardano being down 13%, it is actually climbing up. Yesterday when I was streaming, it was about 121, 122. So it is slowly coming up. So the good thing is if you did FOMO into Cardano at peak, really there's no worry. It's going to get back up and it will climb up. But if you're FOMOing in all the time and you're FOMOing in on a lot of these pump projects, that's where you run into disaster, and you don't want to do that. You don't ever want to chase the gains. You want to let the gains come to you. That way it's stress-free. You don't have to worry about it, and you don't have to be worried about getting liquidated like this. This was a disaster. I showed this last night, going back 1 month, 3 months. Man, the longs keep getting liquidated hardcore because there's just too many people that's being too greedy, too leveraged, thinking that things will only go up, and that's what's been happening. So you don't want to be one of these guys that are getting liquidated left and right. What you want to do is dollar cost average hodl and pick up Bitcoin and altcoins that you believe in and just hold it for long term. It's as simple as that, really. It really is. The only difficult thing is deciding which altcoins or which projects to pick up because there's so many good ones. There's so many good ones out there. So, movie block. Okay, I'll take a look at it during Q&A. I'll look at it during Q&A. So you don't want to be one of these guys, right? All right. So let me share with you the big news for this channel, and this is gonna be a new continuous thing, like a new direction, which is interviews. Some of you guys have been watching me for a long time, 3+ years. I've always been kind of just doing my thing, a loner. I like to just keep it natural, loose, and kind of just run with things, right? But now I think it is definitely a good time to learn more about these projects, their leaders, especially the leaders, right? To determine whether or not they're capable of leading a company and running a project. So yesterday I decided that, yeah, I want to start doing interviews. I want to do interviews, a lot more interviews. So here's a lineup so far. And due to you guys, due to your influence on Twitter, you have helped me gain some big players, including Sonny from VeChain. And as far as I know, he doesn't do many interviews, and he has agreed to do one with me, and we have to figure out the time. So yes, VeChain is on the block. Also, Steven from Harmony. Harmony is blowing up past $1 billion market cap. They are doing fantastic things. I have Steven signed up. Just have to figure out the time for next week. And of course, today I have Ru on from B-Pro. That is tonight. It is a little bit earlier. Normally I stream at 8. It is going to be at 7 p.m. So make sure you tune in for that, 7 p.m. I'm going to ask questions, but it's live. All these are live. So I expect you guys to show up and ask your questions, and I'm going to pick out some questions to ask. And I'm not going to make it easy for these guys. I'm going to ask some hard, difficult questions that some of you guys may be asking or thinking about. And then also another one, Animoca brand. I misspelled a in there. But not a lot of people have heard of Animoca brands, but I'm a big fan because they're part of a bigger company that is really huge. And they're really involved with NFTs such as Sandbox, Rev, and Limpo. And you know what? I have Yatsu coming. That is tomorrow morning. And then I have LTO Network with CEO Rick Smith also lined up for next week. So you can see I'm lining up one after another. I did tweet CZ. He did not get back to me, but those of you guys that follow me on Twitter, and if you're not following me on Twitter, you should, start chiming in. Let's get CZ to come on to the show too. That's going to be a good one. Also, Hut 8, I'm talking to them. Big mining facility out of Canada. We're going to set something up. That'll be interesting to talk to. A large mining facility. We could talk things about centralization and China and how it is to operate a mining farm, a large-scale mining farm. I think that's going to be a good interview. I think that's going to be very interesting. And also, Voyager, another project I've supported, right? I'm trying to get Steve on the show. He seems to be very interested. And I might partner up with them for something even bigger, but I'm also working on that as well. So things are rolling, guys. Things are rolling. I think this is going to be very, very fun, entertaining, and educational, and I think that's what you guys are looking for. So if you're not following me on Twitter, make sure you do so. And if you have other projects, okay, that you want to see on the show or collaborators, I'm good with that as long as they're legit ones, they're good ones. So feel free to tweet them and have them reach out to me. I'll try to set things up. I'll try to get this going. So this is pretty exciting for me. I think there's a lot of things going. Hopefully I don't screw up. Fingers crossed. No internet problems. No water heater breakage problems. But I guess we'll see how it goes tonight with Rue from B Pro tonight. Looking forward to that. I know a lot of you guys been making a ton of money with B Pro, right? I think they have more room to grow. I think they're very promising projects. So go get the lowdown with Rue tonight. All right. Charles Hoskinson, maybe. I don't think he's going to want to come on the show, but I would love to get him. I would even love to get Charlie on. I would actually really love to get Charlie on. As much as I bash Litecoin, I would entertain having him come on, answer some of the criticisms of mine and others. I would not oppose to that. Same thing with Roger, although I don't think I could debate Roger at all. He's too good. He's too good at debating. All right, moving on from here, let's talk about some news and then get to Q&A. Young investors are putting stimulus checks into stocks. This is what we've been waiting for. I think we're seeing it already, even outside stimulus checks. We know that there's a lot of money, retail money coming in, mostly, I believe, into altcoins, which is why altcoins is so strong right now, why they're pumping up, and why there are days where Bitcoin falters and altcoins just don't really care. They actually hold and some actually gain. I know you guys want to know what I'm talking about. That is why right now, more than ever, having a diversified portfolio will really, really keep you strong. There are days Bitcoin fell like a few thousand points. I look at my portfolio and it's actually in the green, fiat-wise and BTC value-wise, and that's what you want. And I'm hearing a lot more people saying that too, that having and following the 50-25-25 rule is actually really working. And I think it's due to a lot of young investors, new investors that are getting into this space. And they're buying up all these promising altcoins. And that's not a bad thing. So looking at this poll, this is only with 1,000 people. So it's not really that comprehensive. I mean, I could do a poll on Twitter and probably get more than 1,000 people chiming in. But according to young people 18 to 24, 10% is looking at investing in cryptocurrency, and 19% is looking at financial assets such as stocks, probably because of GME and all that stuff. But if you get a little bit older, 25 to 40, it goes up. Now, stocks 20%, but crypto is 15%. But then look at it. The 41 to 56 age group, 5% each. So it's equal. And then it goes up from there, right? But honestly, these numbers will only go up. As crypto becomes more mainstream and more of them become possibly an asset class or some kind of something different than where it is now. And I think we are going to see that as more projects become bigger, more widely used, more accepted, right? We're going to see so much money flowing into this space. It's not even funny. Way more than what we're seeing now. So this is definitely not a surprise. Not a surprise one bit. Terra, yes, Terra is one of the ones I've been talking about. Not a very sexy project at first until you realize how much it keeps going up and up and up and up and every day, and it's pretty much a big cap. I'm going to get to that during Q&A. Looking at this, Grayscale crosses 45 billion in total assets, which means that the appetite from the institutional investors keep increasing. They own more than 650,000 Bitcoins now under management. And of course, they have Ethereum fund. They have a lot of funds. And of course, things like Basic Attention Token, Filecoin, and all these other ones, there's new trust being established, right? So they're a big powerhouse in the space. And obviously, people are paying attention because all these new trusts, the projects just blew up. But 45 billion under management, and look at this, the world's first Bitcoin ETF funds under management is already above 1 billion, right? So all these numbers are getting higher and higher and higher, which is why I've been saying, don't worry about Bitcoin. Don't worry about the volatility. All these big players, these big cats, big money, they're buying it up as much as they can. And unfortunately, retail investors, the ones that are trying to time top or bottom, they look at it and like, oh, why did it dump 1,000? Why did it go up 1,000? Hey, if you want to master a Bitcoin game, you want to do what these big guys are doing, which is basically buying as much as they can and holding, and that's it. That's why Grayscale, their assets under management keeps increasing. Bitcoin ETF, this is just one fund, and there's 3 of them. This fund, Bitcoin in their fund, keeps increasing. And you look at this list, you look at, of course, MicroStrategy, but there's a new few comers in this space. Me2 is a Hong Kong company that have purchased a lot of Bitcoins recently, over 40 million, or now it's over 40 million. You have another one, I think an oil tycoon guy from Norwegian. I don't know where he's from, but purchased about 60 million worth of Bitcoin. And then, of course, Hut 8, I mentioned I'm setting up an interview with them. They own $176 million of the Bitcoin besides their mining, right? And of course, you got MicroStrategy, everyone. These guys, they just keep buying more and more and more and more. And we're seeing new people coming into this space. This is why definitely not time to panic at all. Bitcoin will do its thing. Whale will try to cause liquidations if you're too greedy. But if you're just simply buying and holding, you're going to make some tremendous gains, not only with Bitcoin, but altcoins. All right, moving on. What else is there? I made a big fuss about NVIDIA trying to limit mining because the gamers are complaining. Well, AMD is like, no, we're not doing that. You could do whatever you want with our graphics cards, and that's the right attitude. Why would you want to cater to one side and block another side? Just open it up. And guess what? NVIDIA also caved in because their limitations that they implemented accidentally turned off through some kind of firmware update. Do you really believe that they accidentally turn off the limitation? No, that's not an accident. It's because they realized that's a stupid move. Right now, miners are buying every single card that gets produced. There is production problems, but every single high-end card is selling out. And these companies like AMD, NVIDIA, they're making billions upon billions upon billions upon billions of dollars selling very, very exclusive high-end graphics cards. So why would they want to limit that? It makes no sense at all. So I'm glad to see AMD putting this out there we're not gonna limit it. That's just silly. Why would we do that, right? I'm happy to see that. Morgan Stanley, they're going all out. They're going all out. They're planning on buying actually BitHum from South Korea. That's huge. That's huge. One of the biggest banks in the United States and in the world is planning on buying their own crypto exchange because they want to sell crypto. I'm sure because they want to sell Bitcoin and Ethereum and others directly. That is massive, massive. Just recently, we have heard a bank saying, hey, we're going to start telling our clients to buy Bitcoin ETFs and Bitcoin, get them exposed to Bitcoin, right? That's different than owning your own exchange and actually telling them, hey, you could go on our exchange and buy Bitcoin yourself. That's huge. And plus, a big 180 from their stance and all the stances that the banks had before, right? So pretty darn big. And of course, NFTs are still hot. One of the biggest marketplaces out there, OpenSea, gets a huge 23 million VC backing, which shows. This is mostly from, I believe, Andreessen Horowitz, which is huge. And they have like angel investors such as Mark Cuban that's involved, right? So they're definitely big. That's why NFTs are not gonna go away anytime soon. They're just blowing up right now, blowing up. I have no idea about Justin about that. I'll look at it in Q&A if it stays up still. All right, so that's pretty much it. I mean, the overall market is doing very well. A lot of people are excited. NFTs are still blowing up. DeFis are coming back. You got promising blockchains that's doing very well. I mean, the overall market is strong. It's very, very, very strong. All right, before I get into Q&A, new sponsor today. This is a project I covered many times in the past because it looks very interesting. Very interesting. So they reached out. They're like, hey, we want you to take a second look at Unilayer. And this is what it is. A lot of you guys utilize Uniswap. Or a lot of you guys are looking at Uniswap as an AMA, as a DEX, and you're like, how the hell do you use this? It's too complicated. Well, that's what Unilayer is. It's trying to simplify trading on top of Uniswap. It's a layer on top of it. And I've seen this before, and I'm like, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. If you look at it, this is what they make Uniswap look like. Basically like a traditional DEX or a traditional centralized exchange that you use. So you could search for trading pairs here, buy, sell, you could get graphs, all the indicators is built in, the order book, the trade history, everything is presented right in front of you in an easy to use manner that you're used to already, and there's no learning curve to it, and all you have to do is connect your wallet and away you go. But they're beyond that. They have other things. If you look in here, they actually have a launch pad. I didn't know this, but they're also in the launch pad space, which they help promising projects, get funded. So they already had one complete. Unfortunately, only met 40% of the goal, and there's another one. And they do share some of the profits from this back to the community. They have also other things like Pool Scanner, Pair Explorer. They just make it very easy to find all things on Uniswap. It's very interesting, very interesting. And plus, they're cross-chain too. Not only Ethereum, but also Polkadot, also Binance Smart Chain, cross-chain compatibility, which is nice. And they're announcing their own AMA. Miki Swap, obviously this is a copy of Sushi Swap, but still, they're coming out with their own AMA. They are building this on a brand new chain from Huobi. I didn't even know Huobi had an eco chain, but they do. It's going to be their number one AMM yield farm on Huobi chain. And people that own Unilayer will get airdrop Maki tokens. They said they're going to do it. I don't know what the denomination is, how much you get, the ratio. They haven't determined that yet, but this is coming. So that's Uniswap in a nutshell. If you're interested, check out their link, check out their project. It's all in the description of this video. All right, that is pretty much it. Let's do Q&A. A lot of super chats, a lot of big ones. Let me scroll up, make sure I don't miss any. Isan, appreciate it. Just no question with that one. Justin asked about Block Zero Labs. Probably too small. Market doesn't even show. So you can't even buy it. Help us build, launch, and own the next generation decentralized projects. Yes. Crowdsourced investment platform, something like that. But I think they're too early. I think they're too early. Justin, I'm pretty sure you're part with the team, right? That's why you're asking. Yeah, I saw Lena shot up to the moon because it got listed on Binance, and that's never a good thing. You don't want to get into a project that shoots up. Is this right? I think this is right. We transform to connect. Provides the best solution for problems in our real life by applying top-notch technology. What does that mean? Digital transformation solution provider, resolving transparency-related issues. And what does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, a review platform, a traceability platform. So they're in all things, but I think the main thing is the review platform, right? To be honest, I don't like this because they're doing too many things. I mean, just to be in health records should be its own thing, right? To be ID service should be its own thing. Marketplace, traceability, that's its own thing. Review, I can't say I love them. There's just too many. They're involved with too many things. What do you think about MBL, partner of Theta? It's been pumping. Whenever you ask about a project, you should not start out by saying it's pumping. Because if you're only looking at it because it's pumping, it's the wrong reasons. I think I looked at this before. I think they're in streaming. Based on the name, Movie Block. Yeah, so they're a decentralized movie platform. They're on Binance. If they're partnered up with Theta, that would be a good thing. But you know what? I would still just buy Theta. I would just buy Theta. They partner up with Theta probably because they want to put these movies onto Theta, but who knows what kind of traction they really have. So I would still go with just Theta, and Theta has been on an absolute tear. Harmony One, fantastic. Harmony One is a late addition to, I guess, projects I pay attention to, and I've covered them. Fantastic team, and they just keep going higher. It's like nonstop, right? That's why I'm going to have Steven on the show, talk to him about what's going on with Harmony, upcoming things, new developments. I think that'd be a good interview, but Harmony is just on fire, on fire. Cardia Chain, it's on KuCoin, so that's good. I think they got added today, right? I think they're one of the ones that got added today. A whole bunch of partnerships without telling you what it is. A super app for general public to earn, store, and spend, invest. Kai, focus on user experience, gamification, utility, wallet. This sounds a lot like SparkPoint. Like basically a financial app, but also adds in some things to help you learn, like gamification stuff. It sounds like that. I don't really like the description though. A super app, that's too, doesn't sound good. Okay, it could be promising, but I think it just got added to KuCoin, so you don't want to FOMO in whenever something gets pumped like that. Foundry DAO. I'm guessing it's this. Does spend a month in Zimbabwe researching best way to implement USDC smart coin. Tiny microcap gem. Yeah, it's not gonna go anywhere if it's just on Uniswap. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't like DAOs very much. It's a decentralized autonomous organization that's basically meant to say, hey, we have a whole bunch of money. We're going to use that money to fund projects that we like. I'm not sure I like it. I'd rather see them just, hey, you know, we're going to come up with a product rather than say we're a DAO. But, okay. It could be good. Not my cup of tea. Let's just put it that way. Oh, speaking of which, I emailed Ecomi's CEO too, trying to get him to do an interview. Pokemon, NFL, NFTs. Yes, Ecomi is on fire. They're doing very well. So I love to get him on also. I forgot his name. And get his opinion on where things are going. All things NFTs, right? So I'm going to talk to him. Super stoked for Harmony One interview. Yeah, I am too. The guy, Steven, he seems like a brilliant guy. Omi, I just talked about it. Omi, very promising NFT play. A lot of licensing. So, yeah, I'm going to try to get the CEO on here too. I'm just trying to make my dog proud. Message retracted. Thank you for the super chat regardless. Lina, I think I just looked at it, right? Yeah, it got added. I don't know. I would say wait it out a little bit. Or you got the wrong Lina. What's the other Lina? Linear? Okay. Someone said I got the wrong one. So, yeah, they're down 23% because yesterday they pumped up like 100% or something. So I know they got added to Binance. So thanks for whoever picked. Told me is wrong. First cross-chain compatible Delta One asset protocol. Trade liquid assets quickly, seamless, and okay. So they're all about cross-chain trading. So they have exchange, and you could stake and build. So building, so helps you build. So they seem like maybe they're a white label solution. They could do swaps too. Yeah, it seems like they're more like a... Yeah, they provide cross-chain... You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me a lot like B-Pro, but obviously they're much bigger. But yeah, they're like a white label solution. A code base basically helps projects to come out with DeFi projects, right? To either have exchange and stake and earn and swap. Seems like they do that with maybe multiple chains, right? Which is why they say... cross-chain compatible. It could be good. But obviously it's pumped up quite a bit already. So I have to look into the team and see how good they are. But usually you don't want to get in something that just got added to Binance because it pumps up to the moon. But it could be good. A lot of people asking about... Casper ICO. I don't know what Casper ICO is. I don't know what Casper is. Casper Labs. Hopefully this is it. Business, okay. Open source blockchain optimized for enterprise and developer adoption. Okay. Yeah, so catering to businesses. Arrington Capital invested in them, so that's pretty good. I haven't Chainlink. There's a lot of projects that's involved with businesses, right? Enterprises, like LTO Network, which I'm bringing on, right? So I don't know, could be good. What is this? A Trome G8? Come on, man. There's no need to even look at this. Honest opinion about Essentia. Let me bring them up. I gotta remind myself what they do, but I remember it was pretty promising. Yeah, so they're all-in-one like financial app, right? And then basically, kind of like a lot of the projects in DeFi, you could do a whole lot. You could do a whole lot. You could stake it. You can create a synthetic token and use that to basically make more, right? So it's kind of like double staking, but they look like a promising financial app. They have super nodes, master nodes. Yeah, they're kind of in that space. I haven't done a deep dive outside of what I know, so that's as far as I could tell. That's as far as I can describe them. Luxo, Luxo would actually be probably a good, if I could get Fabian on, that would probably be a good interview. So Luxo came down a little bit. I know some people ask me why it hasn't gone up more, but Luxo, did really shoot up quite a bit. And of course, Fabian's working on a new ERC standard that can transform NFTs and DeFi all together, right? Their chain is not out yet. So when their chain comes out, could drive good attention to the project. StormX, it's still pumping. I still haven't changed my opinion on them yet because I haven't really done a deep dive yet, so I'll have to see. There are some rumors that Engine will be on Luxo. Interview said that one part of layer 2 will be a customer blockchain. Do you know more? No. I don't know. I mean, I don't think Engine is going on top of them. Maybe there's some kind of collaboration because Luxo obviously wants to get into NFTs, and Engine also has their own NFT standard. I forgot what it is, 1152 or something like that. And it would not surprise me that they do something together because they're so involved with NFTs. I don't like VRA, whatever it is. Varsity, too much hype around it. I don't really like that project. John, appreciate it. Why is Uniswap pumping? It's not really pumping, but it's going up. If you guys know anyone from the CEO from StormX, I love to get him on the show just to kind of talk it out, see how they have rebranded and how they changed themselves, right? So, Cambria, small cap on KuCoin, that's good. Online quiz, I don't want to take that quiz. First decentralized open innovation platform for AI and robots. No. AI, when projects talk about AI or robots, I just switch off. Because there's just no way that they're going to do well. It's just too early. Pierre, come on. Scroll back. See who I'm interviewing tonight. Then you'll see. Then you'll have your answer. Tyrion is like a dead project. I invested in them in their ICO, and my tokens are worth nothing. TVK, promising NFT play. They have some movie producers licensed up with them. For example, Godzilla vs. Kong or Kong vs. Godzilla, which I'm looking forward to on HBO next week. They have exclusive rights to them, so they're going to mint out some NFTs. So there could be good stuff. Is Ecomi just a pump and dump due to its coming to Uniswap? I don't think that's the only reason, no. A lot of people talking about them. I think BitBoy just covered them recently. Probably gave them a pump due to that too. But there's a lot of excitement over NFTs right now, and they're definitely in that space. And they have some exclusive licensing with movie studios, with DC comic books, with the NFL, with Pokemon. I mean that's a tremendous amount of licensing. So it's very early, but they could definitely create some good things. Yeah, I know about Solve. They're in the medical field, but yeah, I haven't heard much about them recently. I know they signed up Arizona, some kind of Arizona healthcare, which is pretty big. A lot of doctors and nurses, but outside of that, I don't know if they have made any other tractions. I looked at chain games before. They're all about esport betting. Supposedly, they're going to bring on Fortnite pretty soon. There's a lot of projects in that space, esports betting, and they all seem to fail. So I'm not sure if chain games is one to look at. But I know they've been pumping, and I'm surprised they've been pumping due to the fact that they're pretty much only on Uniswap. But they have been pumping really well. Actually, you know what? It's actually lower price on Uniswap than these other guys. So, hello. Yeah, it seems my internet cut out for a little bit. All right, guys, I'm gonna end it before the stream cuts out. Maybe. Overall, today is a pretty good day. We're all feeling pretty good. A lot of promising projects out there, right? Bitcoin is doing well. Cardano's coming back. A lot of big caps doing well. Promising blockchains are doing well. Mid caps are doing really well. NFTs, DeFi's are all doing well. So, plus, got a lot of interviews. This list is only going to grow, but we're going to start with B Pro. B Pro, ultra small cap, micro cap, but now they're getting bigger, and we'll talk to Rue and see what's going on with his project, and there's a lot more coming. And if you guys have other projects you want to see them being talked about, come on board, well, tweet them and let them contact me, all right? But first things first, let's try to get CZ also on the channel. Also, just to give you a tidbit, someone from Michael's team that is a big fan of this channel, he contacted me. There's a possibility of getting Michael Saylor on, right? Probably not in April, but maybe sometime in May. And, hint, hint, also possibility, I planted a seed about my Vegas party. Maybe, this is very early, I don't want to jinx it, but maybe someone will be a guest speaker there. So stay tuned for that. And also, I'm working with a company, Rally, to get my George coin minted, and I'm going to share with you guys what that's all about in the future. So a lot of exciting stuff coming up. All right, guys, that's it. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned tonight, 7 p.m., not 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for an interview with B Pro's